I started my career in that, back as a NC Formulation Development person.
And their nature of work also is a doer, verifier and approver.
So when you are choosing the product, the entrepreneur should have the guidelines in picture, regulatory guidelines.
So we say you need to be a good prompt engineer these days. So the term is, Copilot will help you, but what question you ask Copilot is important.
It has been a wonderful experience because each phase of working, whether it be the academic research.
I'm Dr. C. Sheela Sasikumar with 3 decades of experience of whatever you said, research, academia, innovations and startups. At this point, I want to tell about Nagaraj. First, congratulations about your achievement.
He met me in Express Pharma, where I was mentioning. He just walked around after my talk and he introduced himself. Then he took a selfie.
And I'm the Startup Tamil Nadu mentor and leading medtech voice and also mentoring healthcare startups.
I'm an Executive Director and Chief Scientific Officer in Excellent Pharma Science Private Limited. We are based in IIT Madras Research Park. Ethics is a more diluted word. You say data integrity. You have to say you have to be integrity oriented, your integrity to the core if you want to continue in pharma. Something which is happening in the US, it reaches after 3-4 years in India.
Sometimes as a programmer we only think math, right? We only think how to code, how to get things out. But we are also able to see it from a patient standpoint, slightly makes it different for you to do a good job in terms of your programming. That's one part.
The academic curriculum that they come across is heavily focused on theory based. Now the question arises, they also have practical. Yes, they also have practical. But what is the real world applications do they have? That means I'm talking about application. So when these students come for an interview, we see the common thing is they lack real world applications. Then they're not familiar with the regulatory guidelines.
So the government has to push the academic institution to see what actually required. If India continued to be like this for next 10 years, I'm 100% sure India will lose the power of generic industry because all will be operated by humanoids, and it is Elon Musk is saying that $10,000 he will make one humanoid. Why I need a human manpower to take one tablet inspection to this side to that side.
And the last part, which is our SaaS Python. So just want to narrate a story. So I was doing this interview of internship, and so when we do internships, we don't only pick people who are either biostatisticians or programmers or computer engineers. We have even students who are pharmacists. We have pharmaceutical technology students also who have come to us.
So in clinical trial also, we are adopting artificial intelligence, AI-based clinical trials, electronic data capturing system, digital platforms, biostatistics tools, we use SAS, R, Python, etc.
And every week we have around close to 15, 16 sessions. I attend only 2. Most of them is artificial intelligence, machine learning and all this.
They do not have a faculty that is concerned with biostatistics. So all these things, when I see that there is a knowledge gap, hands-on training and internship should be included, not for the name's sake. It has to be implemented as a part of the curriculum.
Wherever we have problems, it is going to take over. And India, to answer your question, India has seen, but India is lagging in implementation of this. And last month, US FDA also came up with the latest regulatory guideline on artificial intelligence for drug development and manufacturing.
academia, specifically university and colleges, whatever may be the subject concern, they should have an industry partner. When they are exposed, we are creating a workforce that is not only academically strong, industry-oriented people who are globally competitive can be created.
Pharmacy curriculum should change to statistics, deep learning, industry data points, data science. All these should be part of pharmacy. Otherwise, pharmacy will be no more. All the sub-functions of industry will come into the pharmacy.
Nowadays, we are more concerned about the datas. I've seen many youngsters, I'm not pointing it out, I'm telling you, because I've come across many young entrepreneurs saying that I'm using the data, okay, doing the real world analysis.
Another part of it is, right, so in analytical chemists or those who work in QC, they should learn about the regulations, right, but for which market the product is destined for, and they should know the different techniques, meaning the computer, SAP, ERP systems and so on, right?
According to the rules, you go on moving your proof of concept to prototype. You don't see all those things and finally you say that regulatory hurdles is the greatest thing that I'm not able to bring my product in the market.
So there was one student from biomedical engineering and I said, why do you want to do this internship with us? It's all statistical programming. Why would you be interested? So he mentioned, yeah, I like a little bit of coding also. I like to do a little bit of this also. So I told him, have you heard this phrase, jack of all trades, master of none? So he said, yes ma'am, I've heard of it, but there's a second paragraph to that, or second line to that phrase, which says, sometimes it is better than a master of one. And I was unaware of that particular line, but just connecting the dot here, you can't survive alone with SAS or R or Python.
I was writing clinical study reports in a phase when I was working for a knowledge process organization, and where the client used to ask that in the ICH guidelines you have to present even the initial sections. So the whole concept of template was just evolving.
The intention is, suppose I'm an entrepreneur, I'm coming and presenting my innovation. If you have only one sort of knowledge and you want to get the product in place, your product will be easily non-infringed or invalidated.
I'm a doctor, I want to bring a device. I cannot bring a device on my own. I should have an engineer. I should have a quality control person or QS. It is a teamwork. Never come and say that I want a fund for my thing all alone standing. Nobody will accept that.
In today's world, you need a mix of everything. So you will need to learn all of these things. And that is the need of the industry.
And whenever I work on safety data, all the previous experiences of doing preclinical, clinical research and writing, all those has helped me to do what I have done.
If you have a group of scientists who involves in end-to-end innovation, so it goes to more than 30 different inventive steps, 30 different products. So you have first protection. So when you want to have this, you should have unmet medical need, you should have strong IP protection, then only people will come and invest.
If you are coming with a team, that too multidisciplinary team, please understand that. I'm a microbiologist, sir is microbiology, we are joining together. No, that cannot be accepted. Gone are the days where UGC was funding for that. Today we don't fund for like that. It should be multidisciplinary project where everyone has an expertise, everyone plays a vital role in that particular proposal so that the product comes to the market.
Yes, SAS licenses cannot be provided by colleges. It's different for, ma'am was telling that it's different for CROs versus pharmas. We are even moving to SAS via, the world is changing. But we have even progressed from Python to Julia.
And then after having done that, moving into writing clinical overviews, non-clinical overviews. So each part of my journey, I think I would try to borrow the concept of connecting the dots and coming to where I am today in PV, in Pharmacovigilance and Aggregate reporting.
So there's a lot of things that is coming up, and it is important for us to keep pace with what is changing. So I would rather suggest be the jack of all trades, learn everything and be your and choose where you want to be a master of.
Morning session what we had, those launched book for me, and I want our panelists to have this grace to launch the Epic website to the public for the first time.